大家好，我们现在来上复习课。First, the format of the test basically will be the same with our last chapter test, so you can read this slide to remind yourself. Now, let's move to the listening part. Okay, as we did last time, I will give you 4 questions to basically get you ready for the listening part of the chapter test. Okay, so 第一课的语法很难。第二个，我们9点上课，他10点才来。第三个，我写中文写得快。第四个，课文有一点难。So now you can pause this video. If you need, you can listen to the 4 questions one more time before you move to the next slide. Okay, so how did you do? I'm sure you did pretty well. So next, let's move to the next session, grammar. So I will highlight some grammar points that you need to review before you take the test. The first one is the descriptive complement. Okay, so the most important thing that you need to review is the structure of this grammar. Remember, you have to follow this structure as closely as you follow a math formula. So you need to have a verb, an object, repeat the same verb, and you have to use this de, although it doesn't mean anything per se, but in the context, you need to use this de to introduce an adjective, and here it's used as a complement to describe the verb. For example, 小王考中文考得好. So this adjective 好 is used to describe the action. 考, take the test. In this case, it's take a Chinese test. Okay, so we went over all these sentences in class, so I just want you to read them one more time. And also you need to know when you want to use a negative form of this grammar, how the structure would look like. We went over this short conversation in class, and then we actually included 4 quite important expressions or grammar here. Now, the first one is 平常. So 平常 is usually, and you use usually to basically compare something someone does routinely versus something is different from the routine. In this case, 白英爱平常来得早，今天来得晚. So 白英爱 usually comes early. However, today, she was not herself. She showed up late. Another one is 怎么. So you did your reading activities, and then you read quite some sentences using 怎么. So we explained the difference between 怎么 versus 为什么. So 怎么 basically means how come. Okay, 我为什么 it simply means why when you try to find out the reason. Well, 怎么 you sounds like a little surprised. Now, we also compared 就 and 才. And in class, we went over 4 sentences. Okay, so I want you to reread these sentences and ask yourself, when do I use 就 and when do I use 才? Structure-wise, what is the difference between these 2? Okay, next grammar point is the 3 adverbs that we can use to describe adjectives. 真太很. We compared 真太 versus 很. We said 真太 is more subjective and involve a lot of emotions. Well, 很 is relatively more objective. Structure-wise, there is a difference between using 真 versus using 太. So ask yourself, what is the difference? Okay, the last one. We also introduced the 有一点儿 in class. We can use 有一点儿 to describe adjectives. However, you have to remember the reason why the second sentence is ungrammatical, 白英爱有一点漂亮, because 漂亮 means something positive, while 有一点儿 is used to describe adjectives that carry relatively negative meaning. Like in sentence 1, 忙, nobody wants to be busy. That's why this is grammatical. This is grammatically accepted. Now, we also last semester we learned 一点儿. These two really look alike. However, they're used in a very different way. Now, 给我一点咖啡. So 咖啡 is a noun. 他吃了一点饭. Fan is a noun too. So 一点儿 is used to modify a noun, means a little. Well, 有一点儿 also means a little, but you have to use it to describe adjectives. 好, that's all for this review session. Good luck!